But I never feared a thing because I have my base set. It's all set. You give me any database system, you give me any EDC system, and it does not matter to me because it's all same. I would
Yes.
say it is very same. It is one thing which I want you to understand, that people who come from bio background are not
Mhm.
very tech savvy. Okay,
Yeah.
we are very gentle, very delicate people,
Mm,
and we would like our life to be like that. So whatever are introduced to us are given in a very simple format that any layman person can understand. Nothing complicated. If they want you to enter date of birth, they'll say very clearly, enter date of birth. Here
mm,
is the format. Enter it. You can just how you put your information in any mobile application or when you're creating your user account, it is very similar to that. Okay.
okay.
So what shall
Okay.
I teach you in that? There's nothing. You yourself will be like, what is she teaching? Why she's teaching all this? Like suppose if you have to fill in a patient medical history, okay? Patient is telling you verbally, and you just have to type. How you type is how you get that page. Simple. What gets important is what comes to us after that data is, entered in those data system. When we export those files, when we have those Excel sheets, when we have those tables listing figures, then we
Mhm.
need a little more, our data management brains to work on. We don't utilize our brains in filling out that information. We utilize our brain in understanding that information. How we can, neatly put those information in boxes
Mhm.
where it can be picked easily,
Mhm.
understand easily, utilize easily, and you as a third person, can I teach you? Can I tell you? If suppose you are third person coming to me, Dr. Akanksha, can you tell me what this drug is about? Can you talk about it? Now, what I have done, I have very neatly put all my data in such format that I can explain it to you that this is what the study is about and this is what we have done so far. And if I can answer you that why we don't do
Yes.
handholding, we don't handheld you for database. You can handle that. I can trust people and I can trust my mentoring that I'm
Mhm.
going to train you such good enough that you really will not need to be handhold. You can hit the floor running.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure. And let's quickly, I'll share my screen and let's go through the data management plan slides, which I've prepared for you people. So, and just let me know when you can start seeing my screen. No, wait, screen. Yep. Share. So what has happened today, one of my monitor extended screen is not working. So I have to work with one screen. Generally, what happens when I'm taking class, I have another monitor and I plug into that, and my PPT is running on another screen, and I can still see, my mentees' faces. But unfortunately, today one of my screen is not working, so I have to manage with my laptop. Hope that's okay with you.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So we'll talk about data management plan. What data management plan is basically a type of a document which we people use in clinical data management. What happens is if I have to start from start, um, you have a study which you have decided, okay, this is I want to like for example, let's say I want to research on Alzheimer's. Okay, and here is a drug A which I think will heal my Alzheimer's patient. Passed my phase one, passed my phase two, safe, efficient, efficacious. Come to phase three. Now, on phase three, although you will have protocol for every phases. Phase one will have its own protocol. Phase two will have have its own protocol. Now we'll talk about phase 3. You will have a protocol. You will have a protocol kickoff meeting where, critical key stakeholders of that study will sit together to decide how to draft and to design that study to make sure that whatever we want out of that research, out of the study, we can extract that information, the maximum potential. Like to get the maximum out of something, you need to, do a project design. So that kickoff meeting is basically very similar to that, where we design a protocol. Now, what has happened? A protocol is designed nicely, beautiful, done. That protocol has been given to clinical data managers. From here on, we take up that activity and we make sure that, the study design team is ready and I know everything. First thing which I need to do before I touch any other thing is I have to draft this document, which is data management plan. Okay, which will tell me what I need to do, when I need to do, how I need to do, who will do what. Okay, shall I
Yes.
repeat? Okay, this document will tell me what is to be done, how it is to be done, when it's to be done, it is to be done by whom.
Okay.
Okay, so all the when, hows, what, why not,
Yeah.
this is one ultimate document which will tell us what is to be done and what not is to be done. Okay, so we take extracts from protocol because protocol is one, it's like Bible for us. It's the primary document from where all other documents are, extracted. So if you draw a flow chart, so you will put the protocol on top and then you will draw the rest. Okay. Feel free to stop me wherever you want to. Okay. And I'll repeat myself. So today's objective of this class is to learn about DMP documentation, what this document is about, what are the components that go into this document, information on acceptable criteria for various sections of the protocol, and to learn how to adhere to these tasks and that sections are completed according to your good clinical data management practices. Okay, so GCPDM is an abbreviation for data management practices. Okay, good clinical data management practices. It could be one of your interview question. If you're writing, you can write out GCP. The abbreviation stands for good clinical practices. DM stands for data management. When we say them together, GCP DM, it's the good clinical practices specifically for data management. Okay. I move myself a little higher up.
Okay.
Good. The primary goal of DMP is to communicate to all stakeholders the necessary knowledge to create and maintain a high quality database ready for analysis. So we are the primary goal of this document is to communicate to all other stakeholders. It could be your regulatory affair people, it could be your quality assurance people, it could be, your program director, your project manager. Everybody should know what we are planning to do. So this is kind of, informing other stakeholders in your team that this is what we are planning and this is how we are going to execute. Okay, so how we are going to execute our plan, data management plan tells us. Okay, the DMP also serves as an authoritative resource documenting data management practices and decisions that are agreed at the study initiation. So what happens is at the start of the study, just after the protocol is designed, we start drafting our DMP, which is like an authoritative resource. Suppose sometime what happens is there is one thing which we call as protocol deviations. Okay. Now, what is protocol deviation? Anytime while conducting that study, you have an episode where you feel that protocol has been deviated or violated, is what we call as protocol deviation or protocol violation. Both are similar in a way, different in a way. We'll talk when we are doing protocol deviations, but just for today's sake of today's class and limitation with the time we have, let's just stick to protocol deviation, something which is deviated, not as assigned or not as directed. If you're doing something like suppose I ask you to walk from path A to path B, but you took a path C, so that path C becomes your deviation because it deviated, becomes protocol deviation. Okay. Now something like that has happened with the data management. Okay, same way, this document will come as a handy